Hey everyone, I'm Sison, and today we're doing a quick first look at Sony's 50mm f1.2 GM lens. Alright, so the 50mm GM is Sony's first f1.2 lens in their E-mount lens lineup, and being a 1.2 lens, it's actually not too big and not too heavy, which is quite an amazing engineering feat from Sony, because if you've taken a look at the Zeiss 50mm f1.4, it's very much the same size and same weight, which is quite impressive. Now the main advantage of this lens is that you're going to get better low light because it is an f1.2 lens, and not only that, you're going to get a much blurrier background from your subject in focus, and when using it with Sony's autofocus, you're always going to get that nice focus on a person's face or an animal's face just because of that eye autofocus. So you're going to get that nice advantage using an f1.2 lens. Because it is a GM, you're always going to get your nice Sony features such as that aperture ring, that focus hold button. You've got two on this lens, so shooting in the portrait and shooting in landscape, so you can actually customize this through the menu system, so you can change the focusing hold button to something else, whatever you please. And of course you do have that manual focus switch, which you can change from autofocus to manual focus, and of course weather sealing, which is going to be great for adverse conditions. Now all of that in a very nice built body. So in this video I'm going to be taking you through its design, features, and I'll show you a few of the images and videos I've taken with this lens, and at the end of the video I'll let you know my first impressions of this lens. I will be doing a full review on this lens coming shortly, so if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell to let you know when I upload a new video. With that being said, let's take a look at the lens itself. Alright, so here is what the lens actually looks like. As you can see, it is a hefty lens, but like I said earlier, definitely not as big and heavy compared to other competitors that are offering the same focal length and aperture. But as you can see, there is an aperture ring right here, so going all the way from f1.2 to f16, and you have the A option, which essentially means that you can control the aperture on the body of the camera itself rather than the lens. And if you wanted to turn the clicking on, you have that option as well. So here's what it sounds like. If you want to turn it down, turn it off, you just got a smooth rotation of changing the aperture, which is pretty cool as well for video. Over here you've got a focus hold button, and you've also got one on the top, so whether you're shooting in portrait or landscape, you've got that option. Both of these buttons have the same function and they are customizable in the camera menu system. Over here you've got a switch to change from autofocus to manual focus, and of course you do have a nice rubber focus ring as well. Taking off this lens cap, you can see that it accepts 72mm filters, and you can just see those aperture blades within the lens. It just looks so beautiful and amazing. This lens is going to produce some really nice out of focus blur. Now there is a lens hood that I supplied with it as well. Unfortunately I didn't get it, so I will be doing a full review like I said earlier, and you will be able to see it in all its glory. Now taking this rear lens cap off, there is a rubber gasket here, so this prevents any dust and moisture from getting within between the lens and the body. And while there is a rubber gasket there, there are weather seals all around this lens where it can potentially get in. So this is fully weather sealed and robust for different types of situations. But yeah, that's just the lens here in a nutshell. The lens weighs approximately 778 grams, and pairing it with my A7 III, the kit will feel a bit too front heavy, but to be honest, that is to be expected. It feels solid in the hand, and the manual focus ring doesn't feel too loose when using it in manual focus, but it feels very precise for a fly-by-wire type of lens. Autofocus was extremely fast, and that's thanks to 4XD linear motors, so you can expect this lens to not only be quick, but accurate as well. I took a sequence of shots with my model walking towards the camera, and it did a great job at keeping her in focus. Now I didn't notice any noise when shooting this in autofocus for video, so this will be also great for shooting in quiet situations. The lens has 11 aperture blades contributing to smooth autofocus blur or bokeh, and as you can see, it's really easy to get that nice blurry background, which in some cases make for an appealing photograph. While bokeh is a great feature of this lens, sharpness is very impressive. The amount of detail it can capture is something I think a lot of photographers will appreciate. Now, I keep thinking about my Zeiss 55mm f1.8, and while this lens is something of a classic for E-mount shooters, the GM is on a different level. The colors it produces are pleasing, there is a decent amount of contrast, and the lens has very minimal chromatic aberration in high contrast situations. All in all, I'm extremely happy with the images that are coming out of this lens, and I would highly recommend this as a lens for any photographer that values image quality as their #1 priority. I hope you enjoyed my first impressions of the Sony 50mm f1.2 GM lens. If you haven't already, like I said earlier, subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell to let you know when I upload a new video. And of course, I will be doing a full review on this lens shortly. So far, I am impressed with what this lens has to offer. You do get those nice Sony features that you would expect from a GM lens. Get that nice build, weather sealing, and of course that f1.2 aperture is going to be great for isolating your subject in focus. It is very nice and smooth so far, and the focusing has been fairly quick too. So all of those things are very impressive. The only thing that you are going to get with this lens, well, I guess in terms of price, is that it's very expensive. So in Australia, it's over 3,000, and that is quite a lot of money for a lens. But you know what? If you want the best of the best, this is probably the best one you're actually going to get. If you have any questions, just let me know, and I will try to answer that in the comment section down below, or I'll try to answer it in the review video. You can also follow me on Facebook and Instagram for more sample photos and photo updates. And don't forget to check out the description down below for more information about this lens, as well as affiliate links that do support the channel. Now that's about it for me. So until then, happy shooting and thanks for watching.